What's up, everybody? Tom Pelissero here with Phil Mackey after the Minnesota Twins finish off the regular season opening, the real opening, right, of Target Field with a 5-2 win over Boston. What was your overall impression of just kind of the ambiance, the atmosphere here?
Yeah, well, Pat Royce and I broadcasted from noon to 2 today on the Plaza, so I got here at like 10 o'clock this morning, and I've never been to a Twins game where literally 5.5 hours before game time, it was packed.
Mm-hmm.
There were people all over the place eating food, buying merchandise from that Twin shop outside. So, I don't think we're ever going to surpass this when it comes to just buzz and that kind of an atmosphere. Maybe in October for a World Series if the Twins ever get that far, but the stadium is awesome. The vibe is awesome. It's unlike anything I've experienced since I've been covering the Twins.
And not to mention the media throng, which will probably be cut in half tomorrow, but Michael Kadire compared it to playing in an all-star game. Okay, Jason Kubel hits the first Target Field home run. That continues a trend that we're seeing, doesn't it?
Yeah, the Twins right now have 11 home runs after today, which ties them for third in baseball behind the Cardinals and I believe the Diamondbacks, who both have 12. Pujols has 5 by himself, so... But it's
and
nice.
The Twins don't have a guy like a Pujols, really, who might go off for 50 home runs.
Exactly. We're talking about after you get past Span and Hudson, who, by the way, haven't even really heated up. They both hit pretty well today.
Did well today.
Span with a couple hits today. Hudson with at least one hit today.
Mm-hmm.
But beyond that, once those guys start getting on base, you have 6 or 7 players who are capable of hitting double-digit home runs. And then the middle of that order, you have a lot of guys who can go deep at any given time. It's such a different feel to this lineup this year.
And the rotation, as I've written a couple of times, has been overall pretty solid. You look at their ERA, their WHIP number isn't sensational, but they continue to deliver quality starts. Carl Pavano today goes 6 innings, only allows 1 run. But really where it comes together is the fact that everyone wondered what was going to happen with the bullpen after Joe Nathan was out. And really, everybody leading up to John Roush and John Roush himself, other than Mahare's having a couple of issues, the bullpen has been solid and has closed out these games.
Right, John Roush 5 for 5 on save opportunities so far. Today, a clean 1-2-3 inning. And I feel like you don't want to be lulled into a false sense of security here because at some point he will go through a rough patch and he'll blow a save or two, and it's not the lights out situation you had with Joe Nathan for so many years in the regular season. So I do caution people not to get too hung up on this. Yeah, Roush is off to a great start. The bullpen is good as a whole, but there are going to be some rough patches, so you just have to let that happen and look at the big picture.
And like any closer, really, it's how you come out of those rough patches, whether it's a 1-game thing or a 2, 3, 4-game thing where you get into a bad stretch. That really is the mark of a good or bad closer.
Correct. And your trivia for the day, the other 2 players who have opened a new Twins ballpark with a home run, 1982, Dave Engel, April 6, 1982, a solo home run against the Mariners. He only hit 4 home runs that whole season. Then in 1961, Don Mincher, April 21st, 1961, with a 2-run homer at the old Met. He only hit 5 home runs that whole season. So I'm guessing Jason Kubel is going to surpass 4 and 5 home runs by the end of April.
This guy's like a fact machine. It's wonderful.
Yeah, I make it all up, really.
He's Phil. I'm Tom. See ya.